Ben Domenech, who's just a great thinker, really. He's the editor-at-large at The Spectator and a Fox News contributor. Ben, Iran still remains a threat to the United States, does it not?
Absolutely, Mark. I mean, there's no question that it does. And we've seen that, over the last several years. The truth is that people who try to spin this as being something that isn't a threat anymore simply because they have been cowed by President Trump's activity in the region, and particularly by the efforts not just of America, but America's allies in the region, particularly Israel, over the last couple of years has been something that has really, hemmed in Iran in so many different ways. They are at their weakest moment, really, right now. The regime does not have the kind of ability to lean on their partner agents across both the Middle East, but also, in terms of their relationships in our hemisphere. When it comes to Venezuela, the fact that they have lost their greatest partner, this is a situation that the regime has brought upon itself, obviously, over the years because of their activity, but they've also been very blatant about it. The Iranian regime has been very clear of their intent to murder, to kill, to assassinate not just President Trump, but other major American officials as well. Mike Pompeo among them, anybody who they have issue with because they have removed a terrorist from the board that sent them to meet their maker. That's someone that they have, issued threats against that I think we take very seriously, and certainly our security forces do. Iran represents a major threat, not just because of its own activities, but because of who it supports around the world. And that's one of the reasons why it's so critical in this moment, I think, for us to appreciate how historic the protesters in the streets really are. They represent a combination of not just a younger generation that is fed up with a regime that is doing things that they hate, that they wish was more positive toward the West. Certainly that younger generation has every indication of being more positive toward the West, but also because of the horrible financial decisions that they've made that have created an inflationary bubble, the likes of which we've never seen before in Iran, and one that really puts their existing house of cards when it relates to their finances at risk. So look, I think that we have to appreciate how significant of a moment that this is. At the same time, this is a regime that is totally willing to kill as many people as possible to hold on to power. And we have very little ability here in the West, at least in terms of public information, to access the kind of footage and info and pictures that I think would issue a response from the American people, one that we really ought to be given, just given the incredible losses of life that are currently estimated. So getting that information out is critical. And I think that there are many people who are currently working to do that. But look, the American people and the world as a whole need to know what's going on in Iran because of how much importance it has for the future of the world.